Do you want to be rich? Wait. Before you start the side hustle that's going to make you rich, hang tight. Don't start that side hustle just yet. What do you think the first thing that a person should do to become rich or wealthy? Let me know, guys. Drop the answer to that question in the comments below. Now, before you clicked on this video, you probably thought the best way to become rich or to be wealthy is through increasing your income through something like a side gig, right? Or side hustle or side business. But hey, I'm here to tell you on this video that increasing your income through a side hustle is not the first thing you need to do in order to be rich or in order to be wealthy. I don't want you to start that side hustle first. I want you to think about these 4 things that I'm going to give you on this video before you start that side hustle. You have to understand this one principle that most people are not going to tell you. They're just going to come on YouTube and tell you all the wonderful things you can do to grow your income, right? That's one thing. But I want to share with you something a little bit different, a different way to look at it. And the one thing I want to share with you up front before we get to the 4 things is that making more money is not the only answer to your money problems. Can making more money help you? Yeah, it can help you. But does it solve all of your money issues? Not necessarily. In fact, making more money could actually be a problem down the road if you're not careful. Just ask all of the lottery winners who've won millions and millions of dollars, and several years later, they're broke. Guys, do me a favor, smash the like button below for me, and please consider subscribing to this channel if you're not already a subscriber. Also, please share this video with somebody that you think could probably use and benefit from this information. First thing I want you to think about before you try to increase your income through a side hustle is to figure out what you want. What is your end game? Now, as simple as that question sounds, you would be surprised at how many people really can't answer that question thoroughly. What is it you actually want from both the side hustle and any additional money that comes from the side hustle? Most people have no clear written goals when it comes to their side hustle and when it comes to the money they may receive as a result of that side hustle. Most people, they just don't have clear-cut, measurable, quantifiable goals that are associated with a time frame. People just want more money. But I'm saying to you guys, what if you start that side hustle and you start making money? Then what? What do you do? What do you do with the extra money? How are you going to use it? How are you going to benefit from it? How's it going to improve your life in a measurable way? Have you thought about those things down the road regarding your side hustle and the income from the side hustle? So what I want you to do is I want you to lay out exactly what you want and desire from the side hustle and from your money. Because what you want is the start of your plan. Your plan is first and foremost. But you first got to figure out in your mind and on paper, what do you want before you start your side hustle? Now, you may be saying, hey, that's putting the cart before the horse. But I'm saying, no. The plan is the foundation that the side hustle is built on. Your plan is going to become your why. It's the reason you do your side hustle. Not just to have a side hustle and make money, but why do you have a side hustle? What is the end game of the side hustle? Your plan, which includes your vision, your goals, and your action steps, those things are the reason you put in the extra hours after work, after your 9 to 5 is up, and you come home and you get ready to do your side hustle and really work. That's the reason why, is because of your plan, what you've laid out as the foundation that's going to be strong enough to hold you up and sustain you and keep you going when the side hustle ain't making no money. Because there's going to be a point when you start your side hustle when you ain't making money. You're not making a lot of money. And guess what happens? You have to have a reason to hang in there, a reason to keep going, a reason to be consistent and persistent with your side hustle. And it's all because of a plan that you've set out ahead of time. And again, it's vision, goals, and action steps. It just can't be some intuition that you've been thinking about. It's got to be on paper. It's got to be written down. A real life plan for your side hustle and the money that's derived from the side hustle, right? We don't want you just focusing on next week or down the road or 3 months down the road. We want you focusing on 3 years, 5 years, 15 years. Your vision should be a 20-year plan that's way out regarding your side hustle and your money. And why do you need a plan? Again, it's your why. But also, it gives you clarity. It gives you organization. It gives you focus. And your plan helps you make life-changing decisions with your money and with your side hustle. If something comes up or occurs and it doesn't line up with your plan, you might consider not doing it, right? If your friends are doing things and they want you to do it with them, but it doesn't line up with your plan, with your side hustle, with your goals and your vision, you may consider not doing it. And again, your plan is your why. Now, number 2 is this. The second thing you should do before you start that side hustle is make sure you're investing some money, something towards your 401k at your job. If your job offers a match, at least be getting that match. Please, please, please get the match. And if they don't offer a match, consider opening a Roth IRA somewhere so you can be putting money to the side for down the road, for that long term. Putting money aside in the stock market where you're investing some money for your future. You've got to think about your future even before you start your side gig. And I say a Roth because a Roth is with after-tax dollars. So when you do ultimately take that money out, at least 5 years down the road or way longer, you don't have to pay taxes on it. Now, your Roth is just a bucket of money. And that bucket of money has to have things that you invest into and pour into that bucket of money. Yeah, you're going to pour money into it, that bucket called a Roth, but then you got to direct it where you're going. You have to choose an ETF or some ETFs. So you have to choose some type of index funds or mutual funds inside of the bucket. So make sure you are investing money for your future before you start your side hustle, because you got to pay yourself first. And why? Because the old you needs the young you to be investing for the old you. The old you has to buy groceries in 20 years. The old you has to pay rent or pay a mortgage in 20 years. The old you needs transportation in 20 years. The old you may need a wheelchair or a walker or some type of medical services when you get older. Be thinking about the old you today. Time is an asset when it comes to investing. So do a little bit over a long period of time and you'll have way more money than if you do a whole lot in a short period of time. So be investing now, even if it's just the match at your job and you can't afford to do anything else. At least do that. And if they don't have a match, open your own brokerage account. Just like you learned how to navigate on YouTube and get to this video, you can learn how to navigate on Vanguard or on Fidelity or on Charles Schwab or Merrill Lynch, whatever it takes to actually open up your own brokerage account if you have to and invest. Hey, are you currently investing in your future? Guys, let me know in the comments below. And if you're not, tell me why not in the comments below. I want to know. Guys, remember, if you get anything at all out of this quick video, smash that like button for me. Also, share the video and please consider subscribing if you're not already a subscriber. Now, let's get back to number 3. Now, number 3 is this. Before you start your side hustle, make sure you get organized with your money. Organize with your current income and your current expenses. In other words, just organize your money life. Do a budget on a spreadsheet, on a piece of paper, doesn't matter. Do a budget, and don't just do a budget, but follow the budget. Follow up on the budget, right? Go back to the budget at the end of the month and see if you actually did what you said you were going to do. Track your money. Give it a shot, guys. It's very important for us to get organized with our money before we go starting a side hustle. Hey, if you can't organize home, how can you organize a business? How can you organize accounts payable and accounts receivable? How can you organize payroll to contracted employees or regular employees if you cannot organize home? I mean, at some point you may want to hire someone to do some of that for you, right? But before you get to the point where you can hire somebody for your side hustle, you need to be making sure that you're taking care of home first in terms of the money you already have. Hey, if you can't manage home, you're gonna have a hard time being disciplined enough to manage a business that's taking on all types of new revenue. There's a lot of responsibility to starting a side hustle that really turns into something substantial in terms of extra income. Control with your money is what you need. And the best place to learn control and discipline with your money is right at home with the money you already have. I like to do a zero-based budget because it forces me to tell every single dollar down to the penny exactly what I wanted to do every single month. A zero-based budget is something that I use to keep me on track. But you need to figure out the system that works for you because personal finance is personal. But you don't want to try to make a whole lot more money when you don't first take care of the money that you already got, right? I just come from that old school that says, hey, stop wishing for the mansion when you're not taking care of the little 3-room shack that you're already in. Sweep the floors, Dust the raggedy furniture that you have because it's yours, and keep that tiny little 3x3 small kitchen in excellent, impeccable order, really nice and neat and clean, so that when you do get the mansion and you get that big old 20x20 kitchen, you know what to do to keep it nice and clean. Everybody has to learn the habit of taking care of what we already have before we go get something bigger. Take care of the money we have before we go to make more money. Now, why do you need a budget? A budget is your guardrails. It kind of keeps you in line, sort of focused on where you're going and what you're trying to accomplish. And it holds you accountable to yourself for your money. And it relieves you of some stress and anxiety too when you know where your money's going. So basically it empowers you and it measures the progress of your discipline with your money. A budget is sort of a way to keep up with your performance. How did you perform with the money you were given last month? Go back and look at your budget and see how you did in terms of keeping up and discipline with the budget. But again, you don't want to add more money from your side gig on top of bad money management. You don't want to throw more money on bad behaviors with money. A lot of people go broke trying to get rich, and they lose money trying so hard to make money. So the things I'm telling you is to be prepared and build a solid foundation before you go and start that side hustle. Now, the fourth and final thing you want to do before you start a side hustle is have an emergency fund. Because listen, things will happen. Things will occur. Something will go wrong. You need to be prepared. What good is it to have a side gig, and if you have a flat tire, you don't even have money to replace a flat tire? What good is it to have a side gig, and if something goes wrong in your home or breaks down, you can't even fix it? So you want to be prepared for those things, because what happens with a lot of people is they build a side gig and they have no emergency money, and then something happens in their regular life outside of business, and they got to use the money from the side gig to pay for the emergency. And now the business is suffering, right? So you don't want that. You don't need to commingle money, right? Keep your business money separate from personal. But then you also want to make sure that personally you have enough money in case something personally happens, an emergency. And you don't have to go messing with the money from your side gig. That's why you want to have your emergency money taken care of first before you start your side gig. Listen, so many people are only one emergency away from being homeless, from not having a place to live, a place to stay. Why not take the time right now before that occurs that you go ahead and build it up? Build up your emergency money. Instead of putting $5,000 towards your side hustle, take and make sure you have at least 3 to 6 months of emergency savings in your emergency fund so that you have that base covered and you can handle life's curveballs that are gonna come your way. Now guys, these are 4 things that you can put in place today or in the next 5 days or 10 days. It doesn't have to take you 10 months or 2 years to get these things in place. But my suggestion is, if you want to be rich or you want to be wealthy, before you start a side gig to increase your income, do these 4 things first. Please, I want you to make more money, but I want you to start a side gig on a solid foundation. I hope some of what I shared with you guys on this video is helpful. If you got a question for me or a comment, please drop that below, guys, and start that side hustle. Just do these things first. Hey, the best person to take care of the old you is the young you. Take care of yourself and take care of other people. Until the next video, peace.